inside DeKalb, inside your community, inside your government. With me, Paula Gwen Grant. Inside DeKalb. Welcome to Inside DeKalb. I'm Paula Gwen Grant. It's so good to see you. We are here at DeKalb County's new watershed management facility on Memorial Drive in Decatur, where watershed employees are hard at work taking care of the county's day-to-day business, and also they're improving the quality of life for all its residents. Later on, I'm going to give you a tour, so you don't want to miss it. Now, in the meantime, we have lots of good news and news stories to share with you, so let's jump right on into it. DeKalb County has been going through some changes, major changes, with our new CEO, Michael Thurmond, at the helm. Recently, CEO Thurmond was out with sanitation crews picking up litter and debris. That's right, he was cleaning up DeKalb. It's all a part of our new initiative, Operation Clean Sweep, that focuses on the quality of life and the cleanliness of our county. Diamond Lewis has more.
By now, you may have seen signs throughout your community announcing the name of a new DeKalb County initiative. But what's even more glaring than signs such as this one behind me are the newly cleaned and debris-free main roads most of us travel each and every day.
This is the kickoff of Operation Clean Sweep. We're coming into DeKalb. We're going countywide. We're going to remove debris, litter, clean the drains, and help keep DeKalb County beautiful.
Launching a major initiative to improve the quality of life and overall aesthetics of DeKalb County, officials, employees, and volunteers gathered early Saturday morning for the first in a series of community cleanups.
The better the county looks, the better the residents feel.
DeKalb's a beautiful place, full of caring, committed citizens. I'm just honored and humbled to be in your presence, and we're looking forward to this being the start of many great things ahead for DeKalb County.
Operation Clean Sweep is a collaboration of county departments, including roads and drainage, the beautification unit, sanitation, and public safety, all working together to start this comprehensive spring cleaning effort, which is sure to reach well beyond just this season.
We're going to clean up every arterial road in DeKalb County. Then we're going to move to our collector roads, and eventually we're going to sweep and clean every residential street.
And that's just the first phase of this initiative, which will be accomplished with DeKalb crews out each and every Saturday, removing litter and debris, as well as mowing grass and removing grass from county drains. But while this government initiative, and yes, all county officials are doing their part.
Well, I decided I'd join the CEO and the community out cleaning up the DeKalb County.
And as these county employees roll up their sleeves and work to beautify DeKalb, mostly by hand, residents are encouraged to join in the progress of this budding effort.
So we want to make this a way for people to see that it's not just the county cleaning up, but we're asking everyone to join in.
It's going to take more than the government to do this. We need the faith-based community, we need the homeowners association, the sororities, the fraternities. We need everyone to come aboard.
If we work together and we all get out there and just work together with them collectively, I'm going to tell you, we can do a great thing.
Off to a huge start and a clean slate, Operation Clean Sweep resulted in the cleaning of more than 12 miles of road and the removal of more than 50 tons of debris, all on the very first day of this initiative.
I've seen people bypass trash cans and just throw the trash directly on the ground. So it's like they need to, take pride in where they live. And I think that this will be a good incentive to maybe see that people care, but you have to also be responsible and care yourself.
And while the obvious benefit will be a better looking county, such cleanups also result in the reduction of crime and can even have a positive impact on your health.
When you have excessive trash, it becomes a public health risk. You can draw rodents, which carry disease, so rats and things along that line, roaches. Also, when you have standing liquids, there's a risk for mosquito growth, which can cause West Nile virus or Zika.
Operation Clean Sweep will last throughout the year, along with regularly scheduled county beautification operations, with DeKalb County crews traveling through each district in the county, cleaning and sweeping the streets that we can all enjoy for years to come. And while this initiative continues to clear the path for a cleaner, safer, and even healthier DeKalb County, the program is still budding with plans for future growth. In fact, check us out on our next edition of Inside DeKalb and our report on how Operation Clean Sweep is ramping up just in time for Litter Awareness Month. Reporting from Stone Mountain Lithonia Road, I'm Diamond Lewis, Inside DeKalb.
Thanks, Diamond. So be on the lookout for DeKalb crews and even members of the community picking up debris and litter in your area, working together to make DeKalb County great. And speaking of working together to make DeKalb County better, over the past few years, Commissioner Kathy Gannon has partnered with a number of elected officials during her annual food drive. And this year, they were able to outfox hunger in a major way. Crystal Thomas has more.
You don't know when you're walking down the street how much hunger there really is, and it's different levels of hunger. It's decisions about how much food can I buy this month versus a school item or a doctor's bill.
For the past few years, DeKalb Super District 6 Commissioner Kathy Gannon has hosted her annual food drive. And each year, with the help of the community, elected officials, and various DeKalb departments, they have helped to combat the issue of hunger in DeKalb County.
There's a lot of hunger in DeKalb, and so while we pass laws, enforce laws, do our jobs every day, we can't forget, we have to remember that there are a lot of people who are still hungry. And children are coming home from school and going to bed hungry, right here in DeKalb. And so it's our responsibility to help overcome that hunger. And that is what this campaign is all about.
In Georgia alone, 18.7% of residents are food insecure, which means that most people don't always know where their next meal will come from. In fact, 1 in 7.5 people, or an estimated 755,400 people in Metro Atlanta and North Georgia, turn to food pantries and meal service programs to feed themselves and their families each year. This includes more than 164,000 children and more than 64,000 seniors.
We kind of expect that people have the necessities that they have, but that's not true. And so it's just a recognition that there are needs. There are needs for families who work every day, but still can't necessarily provide for the children in their household and maybe even the older people who live with them. So it's something that brings awareness to a major issue in DeKalb County.
All right. Outfox hunger!
Over the course of 4 weeks, Commissioner Kathy Gannon's annual food drive collected approximately 3.5 tons of canned food, which benefited the Atlanta Community Food Bank, a food giant among food pantries. This organization provides hunger relief to countless families each year.
So the Atlanta Community Food Bank is one of the largest hunger relief organizations in the Southeast. We support a network of about 700 partner organizations across 29 counties in North Georgia. And through that network of partners, we provide about 750,000 people every year with some 70 million pounds of food. That's about 57 million meals.
And DeKalb County will provide more than 5,000 of those 57 million meals to Georgia residents this year.
People understand that there is this hidden hunger in our county and that they believe that that's just something that is just not acceptable anymore. So this is one way that they can give back.
To find out how you can continue to fight hunger all year round, visit the Atlanta Community Food Bank online at acfb.org. I'm Crystal Thomas, Inside DeKalb.
Thanks, Crystal. Commissioner Kathy Gannon's annual food drive certainly grows by leaps and bounds each year, and they're helping more and more families. Coming up next on Inside DeKalb, we'll talk with DeKalb Commissioner Larry Johnson on how he is working with a host of organizations to help his community live healthier lives.
It's off the chain. Coming up on Inside DeKalb, find out what's making some furry friends and their owners really excited. That's next.
I have an amazing story for you about how DeKalb County Fire and Rescue saved a woman from a DeKalb County creek. Stick around, you don't want to miss it.
Calls me googly eyes.
And you know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Commissioner Kathy Gannon, the new presiding officer for the Board of Commissioners. Stay tuned for more Inside DeKalb.
Can you tell which of these children was not born free? Can you tell which of these children was not born equal? Can you tell which of these children does not deserve to be treated with dignity? We can't either. Human right number 1. We are all born free and equal. What are human rights? Find out at youthforhumanrights.org.
The best place to find adventure,
Come on, this way.
is in the forest.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
It's beautiful.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Welcome back to Inside DeKalb. I'm Paula Gwen Grant. I'm out here at DeKalb County's Watershed Management's new office on Memorial Drive. This is a great facility. This department is where the construction inspectors are. Lots of plans here for DeKalb. Also, geographic information systems. They map all of DeKalb County. Let's take a peek around. In 2016, the Department of Watershed Management relocated some of its staff from its Road Haven location to its new facility on Memorial Drive. Right now, the new facility houses several watershed divisions and programs, including the Capital Improvement Program and Safety. And the new building is home to a number of employees, including the flow monitoring field staff, Deputy Chief Operating Officer, and program managers. The new building, of course, has a number of open and private offices, including conference rooms with smart TVs that help with productivity. The move is a part of a bigger plan to consolidate watershed management resources, and more employees will be moving into this facility very soon. Fantastic, isn't it? And this is the large conference room. This is where they have trainings, major meetings, and they even hand out uniforms. When you see this uniform in the DeKalb community, you know that's someone you can trust. Now, I told you there were other great stories in the show today, and this one is probably dealing with one of the most important things in your life, I think, your health. Health and education, they go hand in hand. And if you're not educating yourself properly on how to live a healthier lifestyle, then you're really not doing yourself any favors. This is one of the reasons why Commissioner Larry Johnson partners with the Fulton DeKalb Hospital Authority throughout the year, addressing health issues in the community. Here's Elena Daniel now with more on how they're helping the community live healthier lives.
At least 3 times per year, DeKalb Commissioner Larry Johnson partners with the Fulton DeKalb Hospital Authority and other agencies to address health issues in the community. At their most recent forum, the group decided to focus on a topic that many people shy away from. In turn, it's not talked about as often as it should be. So they decided that this was a topic that definitely needed to be discussed.
Our topic today was about HIV and AIDS and helping to kind of answer some questions that probably people had but never asked, and have them have the right information about HIV and AIDS.
This is about dealing with an issue that has not gone away. We kind of sweep it up under the rug, HIV and AIDS, but as you heard here tonight, we're still not where we need to be in addressing this issue.
By educating the public and giving the correct information as it pertains to HIV and AIDS, many myths can be dispelled.
I've heard from several teenagers that they think if you take a pill, HIV is a non-issue.
On the contrary, the reality is more than 1.2 million people in the U.S. are living with HIV, and 1 in 8 people are living with HIV, but don't even know it. So in order to get this correct information to the community, forums like this are very important.
This event, it was about educating, showing people where resources are, how to become an advocate for HIV and AIDS. You saw from the audience, a very interactive. The panel was experts who were on the front line. And the Fulton DeKalb Hospital Authority is doing a great job of really finding community issues that can create a community action plan for us to move forward to solve problems.
As expert panelists answer each question and the audience listens intently to each answer, you can feel the impact that this forum is making and know that it will continue to make an impact.
I think this is exactly how you do it. Everybody might not be able to fill the forum, fill the space, but you can have those ambassadors who come to these forums and they can go back to their communities and spread the word, spread the message, and take care of their own communities, make their own communities healthier.
And healthy communities are the ones that are able to grow and flourish. And that's just what Commissioner Larry Johnson fights for every day in District 3, making sure his community and DeKalb County as a whole have the tools to live longer, healthier lives.
Education is everything, not just in terms of your academics, learning and your reading, writing, and arithmetic, but just your lifestyle. And we understand that without educating people, then we shall perish as it relates to health. We know that health literacy is a major issue, particularly in the African American community. So we thought that if we can educate and bring as many resources to the community, then we will go a far way to reducing health disparities in our communities.
I'm Elena Daniel, Inside DeKalb.
Thanks, Elena. Now, if you ever need additional health information, you can always go to the Fulton DeKalb Hospital Authority website at www.thefdha.org. Now it's time for your DeKalb County News Update with DCTV Director Diamond Lewis.
Updating your DeKalb County news, DeKalb County CEO Michael Thurman will present his first State of the County address on Thursday, March 30th. CEO Thurman will address his first 90 days in office and will discuss how he plans to move the county forward within the next 4 years.
We will not allow the past to define us or prohibit us. We will learn from our mistakes, but we're not going to dwell on them.
In other news, the DeKalb County Board of Commissioners recently approved the hiring of an auditor to investigate DeKalb County's recent water billing crisis.
All in favor?
The auditor is part of a larger plan to resolve unusually high water bills received by county residents.
This is a journey, and the most important thing is that we know where we're going, and we have to work in concert. We have to be persistent and consistent. We have to learn from these mistakes.
A quick programming note: to view CEO Thurman's full remarks on the water billing crisis and the path to solution, tune in to that special called Board of Commissioners meeting right here on DCTV or visit our on-demand page on the county website. In other news, recently the Board of Commissioners voted unanimously to approve a plan to assist in the redevelopment of the old General Motors plant in Dorville. DeKalb County would allocate up to $180 million for various infrastructure improvements under the terms of the intergovernmental agreement with the city of Dorville. The infrastructure improvements include streets and utilities, 1,500 public parking spaces, concrete demolition, foundation removal, park furnishings, and amenities. The DeKalb County Sanitation Division will host its biannual Household Hazardous Waste Recycling event to assist DeKalb residents in properly disposing of the hazardous household materials they no longer use. The Household Hazardous Waste Recycling event will take place on Saturday, March 25th from 8 a.m. to 12 noon at the Sanitation Division's Central Transfer Station on Leroy Scott Drive in Decatur. DeKalb residents will be able to bring in hazardous materials such as aerosols, batteries, paint, paint-related products, lawn care products, and fluorescent light bulbs. This is a free event that is open to DeKalb residents only. For more information about the Household Hazardous Waste event, call DeKalb Sanitation at 404-294-2900 or email them at sanitation@dekalbcountyga.gov. And that's going to do it for your news update. Stay tuned for more DCTV, your EMMY Award-winning news source for all DeKalb County news. I'm Diamond Lewis. Paula, back to you.
Thanks, Diamond. Coming up next on Inside DeKalb, we're going to see why some happy tails are wagging and why DeKalb County and Brookhaven residents will be soaring on Cloud 9. And later,
Coming up on Inside DeKalb, a former site of blight gets a major overhaul.
and you don't want to miss this either.
Stick around for this heartwarming story about how a young woman thanked her DeKalb County Fire Rescue heroes after they pulled her from a DeKalb County creek.
Stay tuned. All that and more is coming up on Inside DeKalb.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Hi, I'm Commissioner Steve Bradshaw, your new District 4 County Commissioner. Stay tuned for more Inside DeKalb.
A smile. It's simple, really. Yet, it can do amazing things. It can show how we feel. It can brighten someone's day. It can even change the course of our lives. But what would life be like if you weren't able to smile? For more than 1 million children, this is their daily struggle. It doesn't have to be this way. Since 1999, Smile Train has been helping children experience the simple joy of a smile that so many of us take for granted. To learn how you can help Smile Train change the world one smile at a time, call or go to smiletrain.org/learn.
Yo, this is a story about human rights. For those that don't know, you need to. Yo, a starving artist, but his lyrics so worldwide. His friend and manager was a snake in disguise, and he was bitten. His song sold without his permission. Saw his record on the shelf. The snake had stolen his vision, but knowing his rights, he could protect himself. Fair treatment by fair courts, he got the law to help. The other dude just sunk weak, looked like a punk. Could hardly open his mouth to speak, popping that junk. You better get up, stand up. If you've been done wrong, you better stand up for your rights like that Marley song. Get yourself represented, lawfully defended. Know your human rights, don't ever surrender. No, don't ever surrender. Yeah. Let's go.
Welcome back to Inside DeKalb. Dog lovers, rejoice! Another off-leash dog park is now open in DeKalb County. DCTV's Aviva Hoffman is having too much fun. She's going to tell us all about it.
A cold breeze marked the recent ribbon-cutting ceremony for an opening of a special dog area at Brookside Park on North Decatur Road. No matter the temperature, this park is now a benefit for dogs and people all year long. DeKalb County District 6 Commissioner Kathy Gannon worked with community development to secure sustainability grants to fund this project. Now it's a beautiful green space that includes a fenced-in area for dogs to roam free.
We bought it out of foreclosure with District 6 park funds and used community development money to turn this into DeKalb County's newest park.
This area used to be a very decrepit area. It was a rundown, abandoned apartment complex. First phase was the playground, the roadways, and all the other pieces, and securing this area. And now we're at phase 2.
Which includes the dog park. Trees will be added during the next phase. The entire project represents DeKalb County's increased focus on major quality of life issues.
One of the things that we will be doing more of this year and moving forward is trying to deal with blight in our communities. This is the kind of thing that we want to do all over the county. Blight means different things in different places. And certainly this was a huge area that was it just not only did it look awful, it was terribly unsafe.
Anytime we can take that idea, come up with a plan, and then have a day like today, as cold as it is still making dreams come true.
After acquiring the property, the county made it beautiful, demolishing the structures and removing thousands of used tires.
We've taken an area that was just devastated and turned it around to bring something beautiful to the county.
The 7-acre Brookside Park features a community garden, pavilion, playground, a field, walking trails, and now, of course, an off-leash dog area. Dogs at the park must be licensed, accompanied by their owner, and up to date on vaccinations. And they must be leashed outside the fenced area.
So we've got now playgrounds, we've got community gardens, we've got dog parks, we've got walking trails, and just come out and enjoy it.
Now getting some fresh air and sunshine with your furry friend is a walk in the park. Reporting from Brookside Park, Aviva Hoffman, Inside DeKalb.
Thanks, Aviva. So sweet. Now, the park officially opened up to the public in May of 2016, but now the doggy park is open. So if you'd like to visit, the new Brookside Park is located at 3661 North Decatur Road in Scottdale. And soon there'll be another great park coming to DeKalb County, right next door to Peachtree DeKalb Airport. Here's Crystal to tell us more.
DeKalb Peachtree Airport, or PDK, is the second busiest airport in the state of Georgia, providing services to smaller general aviation aircrafts and community outreach through their annual Good Neighbor Day Air Show event. Continuing its mission to better serve DeKalb County, PDK has made the decision to sell more than 30 acres of its property to help further enhance the community.
That property that we're talking about was a runway safety area for runway 927, meaning that if an aircraft were to take off, and we own runway safety areas on every end of every runway that we have. Since that runway was being decommissioned, it left that property there to do what we wanted to.
The airport decommissioned runway 927 and its wooded safety area property several years ago when the runway was being used less than 0.5% of the airport's annual operations.
For maintenance purposes, we decided to decommission. At the same time, the economy was down. And it was a way for the airport to be looking at revenue, to generate more revenue for the county.
Through decommissioning the runway and safety property, the airport was able to save between $3 and $5 million in maintenance costs. Decommissioned runway 927 has been put to better use, housing T-hangars for more than 50 planes. However, there was still the question of how to best utilize the runway's wooded safety area. Good thing the city of Brookhaven came to DeKalb County with the perfect solution.
They will designate it as a park. They think it will be the best thing for them to have a park, and it will be one of the biggest parks, from what they've told me, inside of 285, outside of Piedmont Park, for 30 acres.
Brookhaven purchased the property from PDK at the fair market price of $5.7 million, which goes into the airport's enterprise fund, which helps with the airport's day-to-day operations.
And those funds, like all funds do, for the airport stays with the airport enterprise funds, which we use for our operating and capital improvement costs. So that's to maintain and upkeep of the airport. And therefore, we don't have to take dollars out of the county coffers because we're a self-sufficient airport. So all funds will stay with the airport.
More money for the PDK Airport means continued excellent service, and the new park will offer a better seat to watch the annual air show.
It is another place to go. It's going to have walking trails, from my understanding. I haven't seen any specific plans for the park of how it's going to be carved out, but from what I've been told and what they are working on are walking trails for the community and anyone within DeKalb. If that's the park, if you want to go visit that park, any DeKalb County citizen will be able to go to that park and enjoy the park, not just those citizens of Brookhaven.
Overall, partnering with Brookhaven is a win-win for the airport and the DeKalb County community.
This is definitely a smart move for the airport. It saves us maintenance costs on the runway, as well as it does generate more revenue for the county. So this is definitely a good move on the airport's part and the county.
The additional revenue, and with the additional enhancement to the park coming soon, it definitely shows that the sky's the limit when it comes to what PDK will do to better serve the DeKalb County community. I'm Crystal Thomas, Inside DeKalb.
Thanks, Crystal. I cannot wait to see that new park in Brookhaven, huh? That's going to be great. Hopefully it will be here in time for one of PDK's annual air shows. I love those. I'm looking forward to having a great seat as I watch those high-flying planes. Coming up next, we're going to tell you about some new tiny libraries popping up around DeKalb County and bring you the heartwarming story of how one woman thanked her heroes after they saved her life.
Hi, I'm Gregory Adams, your new Super District 7 Commissioner. Stay tuned to more Inside DeKalb.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Welcome back to Inside DeKalb. Now you can escape to faraway places, even imaginary ones. DeKalb County is making that easier with small boxes that are really making a huge impact. DCTV's Aviva Hoffman has this story.
DeKalb's Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Affairs Department is leading the way to help promote literacy. Sometimes called little libraries, book boxes are popping up in DeKalb County parks and neighborhoods. PNC Financial Services Group, Inc. and various DeKalb County Friends of the Park groups have committed to sponsoring the installation and maintenance of the book boxes.
Reading is fun.
As president of the group Friends of Flat Shoals Park, Rochelle Callender has been instrumental in bringing one of these bright additions to Flat Shoals Park.
We thought maybe we'd have maybe a 20-30% turnover, but we've had 100% turnover of our books. So that means we've probably given away around 400 books. That means there's a lot of kids that do not have books.
Book boxes are changing that. They provide the exchange of free books in local communities. Everyone is encouraged to take part in this program and discover their own love of reading. Readers of all ages can borrow, take, or drop off a book.
Reading is a lifelong passion. I mean, no child can go anywhere without learning how to read. They must learn how to read.
Kids are learning things in a park setting without really thinking that they are being taught. There are the bugs and the birds and the little lizards and other things that are scurrying through the park. Fantastic way, just learning through osmosis.
You'll find some of the very first book boxes installed in DeKalb County at several of the county's parks. And they're also popping up in our local neighborhoods. These little libraries may be small, but they certainly are making some big changes here in DeKalb County.
If each person chooses one thing that they can do for their community to make a difference, we could change the world.
What a fun way to inspire children to read without even having to go to the library or school. Aviva Hoffman, DCTV.
There are nearly a dozen book boxes and the number is growing. So to find out if there's one near you, go online. Go to DeKalbCountyGA.gov/parks/book-boxes or call the Department of Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Affairs at 404-371-2711. And now for a final story. Not many of us have been in a life or death situation, but if that day comes, it's always good to have top public safety officials on the scene, like DeKalb Fire and Rescue. Here is the heroic tale about what our guys and gals do each and every day and how their actions prompted a big thank you.
Whenever firefighters go out on a call, every situation is different. It could be a fire or an animal rescue, or it could be something a little out of the ordinary, like a swift water rescue.
We definitely don't answer or don't have swift water calls very often in this county, and that's metro-wide. I mean, the department just don't have the amount of water rescue here that a lot of other places have. So when we get swift water calls, they are few and far between.
However, DeKalb Fire Rescue prepares and trains for the unexpected, and that training was put to the test when firefighters had to save Yolanda Parker after her car flipped over into a DeKalb creek.
When we got there, the vehicle was completely submerged except for the rear two tires, and there was engine 7 and engine 16 was already on scene. They were walking what we would call river left down the bank to check for people. And so from our approach, we walked down river right, and that's where we found her about 100 to 150 yards beyond the vehicle on the river right side on the bank, half in the water and half out.
Fire rescue teams from engines 7, 16, and 24 moved quickly to get Yolanda out of the water to safety.
You could tell that she wasn't quite understanding what we were asking her just because of the situation she was in, but fortunately enough for her, she was, as far as I know, was uninjured in terms of any kind of trauma. And so we immediately pulled her out and got her out of the water.
Being one of the busiest fire departments in the state of Georgia means that your firefighters are constantly training for whatever situation arises, even the ones that don't happen very often, because when that moment comes, it will be a true test of their training.
The stuff that happens all the time, you don't need a lot of practice with. This is the stuff that doesn't happen very often that you need to practice and work on and try and work the scenarios through in your head so that everything comes out well in the end.
And for Yolanda Parker, everything did turn out right. She's living proof of DeKalb Fire Rescue's teamwork and training, and she came by Fire Station 24 to personally thank the brave men and women who rescued her that day.
How are you? I don't know who's up.
We don't normally get to see them after the fact. We put them in the ambulance, they go to the hospital, and we never see them again or know how their lives turned out. So it's actually pretty cool. I like it. I wish we could do this more.
Typically when we meet somebody, they're having the worst day of their life. So I always, man, it's so rewarding to see you and see your family and see the love that you have for life and to know that we were a part of that. That's very special.
As Yolanda hugs her heroes, she recounts her story of the accident that could have quickly turned tragic.
Basically, I was trying to brake and my car wouldn't brake. It just wouldn't stop. And I was about to slam into a car and I panicked. So I swerved and everything happened so fast. Before I knew it, I was just in the water.
But the biggest question still remains.
How did you get out of that car? It was God. That's all. I don't know. I thought I was dead, and then all of a sudden, so I don't know if the glass broke or like somehow it was a power led for me to get out. When I heard the siren, I was already, like, thank you, Lord. And then when I saw him, I just knew I was okay. I can't even put it in words. Like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for these guys and gals.
Being able to thank someone that has saved your life is something very few people get to do.
But Yolanda Parker has found a way to do it not once, but twice.
Yeah, we just wanted to show some appreciation for what they did for my mom and saving her life.
Being able to say the words thank you is great. It feels even better when you can say it with a gesture of goodwill.
Dear Heavenly Father, we want to thank you again for everything you've done for us and everything you're going to do for us.
For me, like, this little small gift is like nothing compared to the gift they gave me. Like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, so this was nothing.
Even though each call that comes into the firehouse is different, the goal remains the same: for everyone to be able to go home to the ones they love.
Our goal for the firefighters is for everyone to go home. Well, we also have that same thought process for those that we potentially go out and help or rescue or save. We want them to go home safe. We want them to go back home to their families because they have loved ones, they have children, they're somebody's son or daughter. So we understand that.
Even though each call that comes into the firehouse is different, the goal remains the same: for everyone to go home to the ones they love. I'm Elena Daniel, inside DeKalb.
Yolanda says she wakes up every day and finds something new to be appreciative of, and that's all thanks to DeKalb Fire Rescue. Well, that does it for this episode of Inside DeKalb. But don't worry, we're always out and about bringing you news that you can really use and be proud of when it comes to your county. For the entire DCTV team, I'm Paula Gwen Grant. We'll see you next time.